It'll be.
Is that better? Yeah, it is.
You can step to the side, to the end of the table there, while you're going over the material, and then you can step back in. Or Laura can tap the screen for you.
Well, they had an alliance with the Carthaginians during the whole time they ruled the Romans, and after that, they controlled most of the trading in the Mediterranean Sea, or on their part, so they did a lot of trading. The first time they interacted with the Romans was when they first got there and they conquered them. And then, again, in the 6th century, real close to where Rome took control again. And so, after that, Rome controlled everything, and the original towns or cities where the Etruscans used to live just became a place for veterans. The Etruscans made Rome the most important city because they taught them everything, like their culture and stuff they got from them. Apart from the Greeks, but they also taught them to build roads, which is real major because that's what the Romans are known for. And some of their language was passed on to Latin. Not all of it, not all of it can be translated, but most of what their language was translated into Latin, into English. They were very much different. Everything the Etruscans did, that's what Romans did, except for the Greek part they learned. I also got to put in what they were polytheists, so they believed in many gods, which is something that Romans did too. What they mostly took from the Etruscans was the ritual they had when a person died, but the Romans were the ones that included the fights after that. That's where that came from. Well, if these two hadn't interacted, we would have never known about Rome and its great buildings and the roads, which what they're known for. And they wouldn't have a foundation for the city of Rome, because they went and drained out the swamps and made the tunnels. Because that's what Romans learned from them too. This is all that I have for a timeline. When they first moved to Italy, and when Romans went back to control, and then after that, their alliance with the Carthaginians increased, but in the 474 BC, I forget the place, they lost the next battle against the Greeks, because they were the enemies for the Etruscans. But that's the only alliance they have due to the resources.
Okay, basically this is just the map that we have there showing this is the outline of Italy, and this is Corsica and Sardinia right there. Okay, so they were a really monogamous society that emphasized a lot on caring and relationships, and you can tell that in like some of their sculptures and in some of their paintings. Like one of the sculptures that they have is a man and a wife, and his arm is actually draped around her. So they conducted a lot of campaigns during the summer months where they would raid neighborhoods and try to gain land, and they would do that for like preparing for war. So summer was one of the only months that they could really do that because they had a lot of like farmers, and it was hard to do it in the winter time because of the cold. And they were a polytheistic group, and they adapted a lot of Greek architecture, and both of those are considered classical architecture. And so like Romans, they had a lot of togas, and that's like basically all they wore. And then after the 2nd century, it became outlawed for women to wear togas, and they had to wear a toga. And they had different types of togas. They came in different colors. There was black ones. So if you had lost somebody or had something like someone died, you would wear a black one.
What is it called?
Kind of like a toga, but it has like a handle bar. And it like goes all the way around up here where the toga is kind of like draped over one shoulder. And then their language is unlike any other language in history. It's not really translated. Some of it showed up in Latin, but very little of it. And the state government was essentially a theocracy, which is a government based on religion.